Welcome to Model Horse Tag School, and today we're talking about the Breyerfest Bootcamp photo show and pony bites. And if you don't know, the Breyerfest tickets are for sale right now. The live show, which I tried to enter, is totally filled, so I won't be showing this year, but I will be going to Breyerfest. So what I decided to do was to do the boot camp since I do qualify. So you go to breyerhorses.com, go to events, go to model horse shows, and it'll explain what this is. And so Breyerfest Boot Camp, they don't put a lot in here. You do have to have a ticket to Breyerfest in order to participate in this show. You can be of any age, but you cannot have ever participated in a North American national show or have ever shown live at Breyerfest. And in those cases, I qualify. I've never gone to NAN. I have some horses that have NAN cards. They've expired because they only last for 2 years. But I never actually went to a final. So this Breyer Boot Camp is hosted by Pony Bytes. And what you have to do is you have to have your Breyer login. So you have to log in. I haven't done that yet. You log in, go to Pony Bytes, and it's ponybytes.com. And if you go there, you create your username. And you have to have the username first. So go to Pony Bytes first. And then go ahead and create your user so that you're all set up there. Then you go and you buy your ticket on Breyer's website, because you have to put your username in the application to link the two, okay, or in the purchase. There's a place for it. So boot camp, $30. And I don't know if you saw how I did that, but I'm on that horse show page where it's got the different so I'm not doing breakables, but these are the other shows they have. Okay, I don't do resins. Man, you could lose so much money falling in love with those. So anyways, you go down here, and these are all the different shows. So like the open model horse show is out of stock, so that's the live show at Breyerfest. But you still have some of these other shows available. Anyways, you would go and do the Breyer Boot Camp. And so it's your name, and your Pony Bytes username is a must in order to do this. The actual buy button does not show up unless you're logged in to your Breyer account. Okay. Now you go to Pony Bytes, and this is site announcements and show information. And show announcements, at the very top, they have the Breyerfest Boot Camp Adult Novice. Okay, that would be us. And this is where you get your show packet. So the show packet is here. And there's some very interesting things that you may not want to do this show. I haven't done a photo show in decades. I used to do a live show every other year, and I did that for a while, and then my kids got older and I didn't have the money anymore, because you know how kids are so expensive. Fortunately, they're all grown now, so helpful, isn't it? This is open to people showing Breyer and Collecta horses and animals only. It's important to know, and it's plastic. The others, the resins, the breakables, those all have their own shows. So they say fee is $35. Right now it's only $30, and you have until April 7th to enter. And then here's where it says you must be at least 15, be a Breyerfest VIP access, all access, or online traditional access ticket holder. And you've never shown in NAN, that's North American Nationals, or the Breyerfest Open Live show. And then it talks about eligible models. Customs are allowed. So in this here, you are up against customs. And that's, again, something, you know, it's tough for some of these regular run models to be up against a really good custom. See what else. So here's your schedule of events. You've got the 14th of April is the last day to enter photos. And then the judging concludes at the end of the month, April 28th, and then the judges post the decisions, why they decided what they did. And then you have all of these different decision or judges right here. So today is March 23rd. That means tomorrow I can start. I mean, I've already uploaded photos, but I can start attaching them to the classes tomorrow. They talk about awards, so they award 1st through 10th. Overall, and intermediate champions and reserve champions get a rosette. Overall, champion and reserve champions receive a special model from Breyer. And then the ones who get the overall and reserve champions are then given the opportunity to purchase a table for this year's live show if they want to. So that's, I mean, I don't see me winning that. But it's fun to enter anyways. We'll see what happens. Okay, this is important. Each entry is limited to 100 models for the entire show. So that's actually pretty reasonable, 100 for the entire show. In a live show, you bring maybe 30. I don't know anybody can bring 100, but I guess some people do. Each model can only enter one class. So either breed, collectability, or performance for each model. This is going to be rough for me because I want to show the performance, and there's not a lot of opportunities. I have Break Check, that's Pepta Boone's Mall. I've got 6 different classes right now that he can enter. I can only enter him in one. That's going to be rough. Okay, JPEGs must be no more than 1,000 pixels on one side and 250 kilobytes in file size. Now, I went and I did my software to rearrange this, and it ended up it was too small. I mean, I tried to get that 250 kilobytes, ended up it was too small for the site. And then I found out that the site, the Ponybyte site, will adjust the photo for you. I mean, if you can get it to work 1,000 pixels long and only 250 kilobytes, I was down to 72 DPI. And I was at 355 pixels, was the only way to get down to 250. It was 247 kilobytes. And the site threw it out. The Ponybyte site said it was too small, actually. So I went ahead and let the site do the adjustment of my photo. Plain background that does not distract from your model. That's very important in Halter. I like having more realistic for performance. I don't know if that's going to go against me or not. I'll find out. So here's, what they recommend for your photos. Let's see. You need to read all of this, how to fill out photo title and descriptions. I'll kind of show you how to do that. And then when the show gallery open, you only copy your photo from the My Gallery section to the show using the entering your photo in a show instructions. So I haven't done this yet. I'll be doing that tomorrow. And then the stewards review the classes, try to make sure each entry is right. So make sure that you have, that you check comments. Because they may be telling you something's wrong with the photo. How it's judged. Very important. The color matches the breed, and the breed matches the color. Collectability classes will be judged on rarity, age, condition, and desirability. I don't really have any of those. Documentation. Okay, you want to make sure you have documentation on a rare breed. So I picked one of my models to be a Florida Cracker horse. And so I linked to the page with information about the Florida Cracker, to a website page, and there's a picture on there that looks very close to my model. So that's what I did there. For another one, I just had a piece of paper that had it on there. I scanned it and then attached it. And if you need to do that for your breeds, um, that's fine. You do. There's a way to do that, and I can kind of show you that too. Um, you can do a summary if it's a rare breed. That's for rare breeds. So that's if the judge doesn't know. Like the judge will know an Arabian and a thoroughbred and a quarter horse, but a Florida Cracker horse, there's only 1,000 of those in existence. So this is a very rare breed. They may not know about the Florida Cracker horse. Okay. And then you have to make sure that if the breed is rare but allowed in your breed, so color, like Arabians are not pintos. Rarely they can be Sabino, but that's not a pinto. That might be like a white patch on the belly or a stocking that leaks up into the belly. You have to provide documentation about that. Um, if it's one of those rare colors. They're also not Palomino. Arabians don't have the champagne gene, and a lot of people are really into the genetics now. So you got to make sure that it's something that the breed you've selected can display. Okay. Then it talks about collectability using like the certificate of authentication or the Identify Your Brayer site to prove that your horse is what you're saying he is. Because especially with some of these rare ones, like I have some that, there was 120 made. They're not going to know. These judges are not going to know that's for real. So you need some way to prove to them that it is for real. So when you this is a photo show picture, and so you want to make sure that the horse fills up the entire frame, and you're not allowed to crop or in any way change a photo that you take. That's a great big no-no. You're not supposed to crop it. You don't enhance the contrast or brightness. How you take that photo. So it's really how well you can photograph something. But this is a good description or a good example here. So you got the name, what it is, and then the documentation. And even here it gives a photo at this location. So and this here is just where to put different models if you happen to have one. They said to go to the Oklahoma State website for picking a breed. That's a possibility. If you have any other documentation, make sure it's current. But here's a list of all the different breeds and then what class they would go into, right? Let's see. Yeah, there's no Florida Cracker here. So that's going to be interesting. I'll have to try and figure out where I'm going to put that one. And that's the other problem with picking a rare breed, because if it's not on this list and you got to put it in the right class, it may not make it. So here's the actual class list. It's a very small class list. It is mostly halter. All right. So from here, all of this here and all of that there is halter. So that's just a picture of a horse on a table, and then you proving that you understand the color genetics, is it typey for the breed. That's why it's and then also taking a good picture. That's the challenge in your halter. And then you have performance. So I have 8 classes in performance. That's it. English, Western. This realistic regalia is a costume and other performance. And then we have the scenes. And you have unrealistic, realistic, and driving forward scene. And so there's really only 4 conventional performance. And I'm going to go ahead and show as much as I can, but each of my performance horses can only show in one class. That's very disappointing. And then the rest is all the performance rules, what it means. I found this very helpful. So where would I put it? So that means, cutting horses and barrel racing horses are going to be competing in the same. So here's Western. So games, if you're doing reining and cow horse and any type of roping or cutting, that's going to be in Western performance. So yeah. Oh, that's an other performance. Sorry. So other performance is any of these. Your hunter jumpers will be competing with your cow horse, your working cow horse. I'm disappointed. So English pleasure is really just going to be horses with all-purpose tack on them. Western pleasure is just going to be horses with pleasure saddles, not working saddles. And they even say single cinch. You see that there, single cinch. So silver and bling is often seen. So, and then you have costume, and then other is everything else that I've been working on, because I don't focus on pleasure classes. They're just beauty pageant classes. They're just a horse with tack, and they end up with the Western pleasure horse and all its, the Breyer Western pleasure horse and all of its iterations. I think they probably made 100 different colors of that. And they're all just in a line wearing tack. I think it's the most boring class of all. But English and Western pleasure, I guess, are popular. So not looking forward to really those. For English pleasure, I'm not even sure who I have for English pleasure. Most everything I have is in other performance. That means all of my horses are going to be competing against each other, all my performance horses. I don't know. So that's why I'm doing halters, because all of this is other harness, whatever, kind of bummer. So the driving forward scene, a fun themed scene in addition to having your models in the photo. You can use a digital background. You may use footing and backdrops. So basically, it's something related to driving forward, because that's the Breyerfest theme for this year. Then you have realistic, and I could do this. That's not hard to do. I have enough background. There you go. They've got some references, but that's the rules for the boot camp. Well, now what you do once you get to Pony Bytes is you're going to go to, once you're logged in, you go to My Gallery, and you could put it all in that My Gallery, but I went and made 2 smaller default ones. One is for the actual photos for the 2023 boot camp, and the other is documentation. So I have uploaded like one of each. So I have all my halter classes. I don't really have that many. Okay, so what you do is I would go to add a picture down here. I don't really have a name for him, but I need to give him a name. Let's call him I don't know why. That would be his name in barrel. No, he's not barrel racing. He is in a pleasure. Let's call it a pleasure saddle, I guess. And so and then I could put the other information here, and that would be at a walk in Western Pleasure class. It helps to give them what the gate is. And I'll choose my file. There we go. And then if I needed to put any documentation, I would go and then put the link or any explanation or whatever right after that. If you need to, like I had that, let's see, I had that folder that was all documentation, right? So I could go to my gallery. This is on another page, and go to documentation. And then I could pick, whatever it is. So let's say it's this one here that I uploaded previously. I can right click, copy image, go back over to my entry, DOCUMENTATI. And then copy image link. It's the link, copy image link, and then put it here. So you'd really want to get your documentation in place first and get all of that uploaded in its own folder. Okay, like I have here, and then do the photos. Now you can come back. So I'll go ahead and add this picture. It's good. It's JPEG. Okay, so there's a picture I finally had to pick because it's a JPEG. I can go ahead and delete that. And it's that simple. So once you understand the process where you want to make sure, so take the picture of your model, get the breed information down. You want gender and breed, documentation if it's a rare breed, and then if it's a website or a photocopy from a book that you scan or something like that for it. They've got some really good help here. So how to enter shows is good, and and they have like for documentation, it was really cool. They had this video that showed how to do it, so you can read about it or you can watch the videos. But they have a lot of help. They're really cool. I hope you guys will compete against me on like good competition. If you get started with halter, eventually you'll get hooked and you'll want to do more. But at least give it a try. If you got 10 horses, get your feet wet. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. But I hope to see you at the Breyerfest boot camp. And I will be going to Breyerfest in July. I don't know if we want to meet up somewhere. Not sure, but I'll definitely give that as an invitation. I appreciate your time today. Like, subscribe, tell all your horsey friends about the boot camp and also about my channel. If you learned anything and found it helpful today, please buy me a coffee. I want to say thank you for your time and have yourself a really good day.